to see if I could get. It is not perfect. Okay, so brief energy update of the current vibes is of seeing what's bringing you or what is aligning you with spiritual strength, because that's the card that came out, the Nine of Wands. And this is something you're going to be quite familiar with because you're used to taking part in this exact experience over and over and over again, expecting a different result. But the reason why the result has been the same, it's because of some sort of memory, emotion connected to a memory. Okay? With this spiritual strength card being Moon in Sagittarius. So it's basically you seeing this emotion attached to this memory play out within your mind's eye before it shows up in your physical reality. But because it shows up in your mind's eye, it's giving you the opportunity to take a different route when it shows up in your reality. However, when it shows up in the reality, the route that causes the cycle to repeat itself over and over and over again continues to be taken. But at this present moment, as one that is aligning with this message, whether it fits during this live or at another moment, know that so much that is going to be expanding for you has to do with integration. So if something in your environment is expanding, getting larger, becoming more visible, there's a part of you within you that has integrated itself for that reality to be possible, in the sense that you're seeing it in your reality. With the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. With prosperity begins right behind that. So the numbers that are showing up here are 9, 9, and 1. Today is the 18th, ain't it? Yeah, it is the 18th. So there's a fulfillment of a quote-unquote need or want that comes up as a false representation of prosperity beginning, just so it can click in terms of, okay, there's a certain step that one is taking that is causing a misalignment towards the proper path, so that way the prosperity that comes into one's life is more solid, has a solid foundation, and it's more so for the long term and not just for a moment of happiness, but more so for a moment of joy and bliss. If it is just happening and it's sporadic and it's in and out, in terms of this prosperity, it's because it's more so, it's moving on a path that is not stable. So it has to remove itself until the ground or the foundation can hold all of this abundance. But that foundation that we're speaking of is connected to your emotions. Behind that prosperity begins is disruption, or the Tower card, a moment of awareness. And this awareness, okay, it has to do with you evaluating options that you may have when it comes to socializing with certain groups or of people, networks, associates, the way you exchange data, the way you're exchanging information, in terms of the reality that energy is fluid. It can't be created nor destroyed. It's just constantly going through the process of transformation. So part of that journey where the foundation may not be as solid, it may have something to do with who you're expressing your emotions to and where you are at emotionally expressing that information. That's making the difference if you're taking a route of doing something and expecting a different result and getting the same emotional loop, the same cycle, or taking the higher road that allows you to now transmute and transcend out of that emotional loop. This level of disruption or awareness or tower moment allows you to go through the energetic frequency of remembrance so you can recognize more of yourself and where you may be disregarding yourself in terms of the way that if you are not disregarding yourself, you'll be more aware of your emotions when you're speaking about them and who you are expressing it to. Because right behind the disruption card, the tower card, is the balance card, the justice card. So this is a massive moment of truth. 1611, 411, a lot of information is being presented to you. For some of you, this has to do with the significant relationship, a dynamic in the matters of the heart and sharing your heart with another beyond, quote unquote, friends and family. Who this is that you're considering your significant other, or the type of energy and frequency and vibrations you are considering within people as a significant other. Behind the spiritual union is triumph, foundations and achievements, 4 of Wands, and sacrifice. So there has been a lot of sacrifices that have been made that's leading you to victory and success, but that victory and success comes from where you are, putting your foot down and telling yourself you're no longer taking part in situations that before you even step into that reality, you can already sense the level of discontent because of the dissociation that you have towards this energy. But there's a certain, I'm hearing the ideology of opposites attract, but to what extent you have to really connect to yourself, the significance of yourself, so you're not connecting with quote unquote significant others that are insignificant in the sense that they are around longer than they should be in terms of your energetic space. And behind the discontent and boredom card, which is a 4 of Cups, Moon and Cancer energy, you have stand your ground, Mars and Leo. The root of this for some of you here with this Mars and Leo energy, you go towards these type of people and situations because you're still searching for the level of that inner child being protected. Give yourself the opportunity as an expanded version of that inner child, and you protect that inner child, and cease having to look for others to understand that inner child, so that way it changes into a situation where now you feel as though they can't protect it. Always place yourself as the first row, the back row, middle, all 7 points of directions. You are the one that protects that inner child. Because to seek it from something or someone else outside of you is going to cause you to place yourself in situations, whether you want to be honest about it, is going to place you in situations where there's a level of codependency. Codependency doesn't have to be that someone is taking care of you. It's also allowing others to be codependent of you. Because that's another way that the inner child, when it's unhealed, it shows in your reality, because now you're wanting to overprotect people who you recognize the same vibration. But that same energy you're putting towards them, put towards you, especially if you notice that the dynamic of that relationship, it doesn't, have the solid foundation for it to be something of the long term. It's just for the moment, just for the particular lesson at hand. And with that, my loves, I leave you with your brief message. I will be back later. All right. Make sure y'all go for a walk, work out, do something, move your body, get the blood flowing. And drink your water and speak life into your water, and enjoy the rest of this lucid moment. I'll see y'all later, all right? Love you.